All right. All right. Now this. Oh, I don't like that. Wait. Can I get there in time? No, I can't. Oh. Okay. Got me dead to rice. True. All right. Boys, I'm not gonna look. I don't know what to tell you. Okay. I don't know what to tell you. I got no DM. You're saying check your DMs.
Okay. I'm gonna send him a DM.
And I'll show you. Ready? Let's just open up twitter.com.
Oh, he's gonna open up Twitter and he's gonna see it because I literally sent it 5 seconds ago.
Okay, it's bad timing. It's bad timing. It just showed up. I mean, it wasn't there. It wasn't there. I'm not lying to you.
Yeah, I literally sent it 4 seconds ago though, so you can see it. Oh my gosh.
Rare no.
Okay, let me
Yo, what up?
Yo, how's it going? How you doing?
Nice to meet you. Can I just start off? Don't judge me by my profile name on chess.com.
Okay. I mean, you're like the Padawan, right? Like you're gonna learn.
Yeah. I have a lot of midichlorians. That's what I think, at least.
Right? No, of course. So, as with all the people that I've played against or done something with, like, what is your background with chess? Did you just learn it like recently? Did you play it as a kid? What's like?
So my uncle from Sweden is just like a young god at everything, and he'd beat my ass in chess and Scrabble, and then I just would grind chess to try to beat him when I'd visit for summers.
Okay, nice. So
is my mic fucked up, by the way?
Oh, it's just a little bit. Yeah, just a little bit.
No, I got it.
It's fine. I'm also just screen's capturing, so give me 1 second. Yeah.
Should be better now. Should be better.
Now it sounds really good. Yeah. Just give me 1 second. Okay. 1 second.
Just change the title here.
Yeah, no worries.
So yeah, that's my background. That's
cool. So when you said you play, that was like growing up specifically?
Yeah, that's like even recently. Like that's pretty much like every summer. I did beat his ass last time we played. I would put my skill right around like, I don't know, what's like a junior GM these days, like 1,000 MMR. That's kind of where I'm at.
Yeah, well, I mean, relative to most streamers, that's pretty decent. Like Grandmaster ranking is 2,500 points, so it's really, really high. Like it's still quite a ways off, but yeah, 1,000 is pretty decent.
We're on our way.
Yeah.
Outside of that, yeah, I would say my one flaw is that my only strategy is getting a slight advantage, trading every single piece, trying to get 2 queens, and then walking into checkmate because that's the only way I know how to do it.
Okay. Well, I mean, you're gonna learn new stuff. Like again, it's like the strategies there's so many strategies at the beginning of the game that it's more like you have to pick a couple of them and just like play them over and over again, as opposed to like doing random stuff. I like when I was watching you last night, I felt like with Black you were doing something a little bit random when you were playing your friend. I think I popped in very briefly. But all right, so what do you want to play? You want to play like 10 minutes with like 5 seconds? What time control do you want to play with?
Usually I'm just zoomer minded, so I do blitz. I usually do 3-2, but then I notice I'm bad, or sometimes
okay,
like
yeah, we can do 3-2. Yeah, we can totally do 3-2 if you want to.
I'm down.
Sure. Okay. Are you on live chess or not?
I'm on chess.com or live chess. I'm on either one.
So I meant click on so there's the play tab on the left hand side of the button.
Okay.
And then you click on there's a live chess button.
Yeah, got it.
Okay, so you click that?
Yes, sir.
Great. Okay, so now yeah, let's go.
Oh, we're already in. Oh, that's so sick. Okay.
Yeah,
cool.
it's okay. I mean, if you want to change your setup, that's fine. Just we can just wait a second until you're ready. It's fine.
All right, I'm ready.
Okay, cool. All right then. Yeah, the game will just get started automatically. Just 1 second. There.
Don't make fun of the Star Wars pick. It's because Luke Skywalker. I'm learning.
Yeah. Okay. So E4. Okay. So do you know what this opening is? First question.
The E4 opening?
What I just played, the C move with the pawn.
French defense.
It's called Sicilian, actually.
God damn. Isn't that close to France, though?
I guess Italy is close to France. Yeah.
So we're getting there.
Okay. Yeah, you know how to fianchetto your bishop. This is good.
I love a fianchetto.
Yeah, unlike your friend who didn't know what it was last night.
I'm just waiting for an en passant.
Yeah, I'll try to do that in a move or two.
Okay.
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 Okay. Okay, there you go. I got one.
Gave you?
Yep.
Easy. Okay. Oh, I don't want my knight on the rim.
That is true. Normally, yeah, you don't want to put the knight on the rim, on the edge of the board. That's actually a general thing that you should remember. Okay.
All right.
Okay.
What? It says another login has been detected. What does that mean?
Oh, maybe the devs were fixing your settings so you don't get like bombarded with like requests.
I see. Do I just hit OK?
Yeah, that's fine. You'll be able to log in like 10 seconds. I think they're just resetting. They're just making sure that you don't get like nailed with a ton of like requests and all that other stupid stuff. So you should...
Oh, I'm back.
Okay, good. Yeah. I think they just changed the settings so otherwise like the streamers just get hit with a ton of requests and it's just like impossible to play. Okay, good move.
Sure. That makes me uncomfortable.
You're doing okay. You only have one less knight so far, so it's not that bad. Or one less bishop, I should say.
Oh. Yeah.
No, this is quite decent. I mean, you're losing the game, but you haven't made any really. You made one mistake. That's the only one mistake.
Challenging you?
No. I mean, you lost your. Actually, I'm in the game. That's okay, another mistake. But that's more like that's kind of too deep.
I see. Sure.
Yeah. Other than losing this bishop, you've played this game pretty well.
Oh, it did the login thing again.
Oh, it did? Oh, okay. Okay, now it should be back. Yeah.
Oh, there's a little Pepe emo. Hell yeah. Okay. Oh, they changed my profile picture. It wasn't that cringe, was it? Chess.com mods? All right, fair enough. Okay. I feel uncomfortable with my lack of action on my rook.
Okay. How many games have you played on the site? Have you played many games or just like 1 or 2?
A lot.
Oh, you have?
I mean,
Okay.
Lifetime, a lot. Yeah.
Okay.
Recently, not as much because like I do 1v1s versus my viewers, and that's where I play chess the most nowadays on stream.
Mm-hmm.
And I usually just use live chess because it's just easier to just send a link.
Right, to just start a quick game. Right, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure. I mean, for 645, your rating should be significantly higher. It's way too low.
I was young when I mostly played.
Okay.
Ooh, we're just not gonna do it. Sure. That was stupid. Oh, you didn't take.
I could have taken, of course.
You could have easily taken.
Yeah.
He didn't see it, chat. This is so good for us. All right. Now this. Oh, I don't like that. Wait. Can I get there in time? No, I can't. Oh. Okay. Got me dead to rice. True. All right. Wait, what was my big mistake?
Your big mistake was very early in the game. If you go back to move... Well, actually, there were a few mistakes. So the mistake was that basically on move 8, you moved your bishop out 1 square in front of your queen. You play this move bishop to d2 on move number 8. What you should have done is you should have put your knight on d2 and then moved it over to the light square f3.
Okay.
And then you could still bring your bishop out. But putting
Was
your
the
bishop...
reason for this mistake because I now just locked my horse?
Yeah, and that's kind of what affected you, because later when we reach move 11, you'll see that you have this... You see this 2 pawns in the center on the light squares?
Yeah.
On d3 and e4. This is like you have this what's called a backward pawn. Like the pawn is like really weak. It's just backward. The pawn in front of your queen, and it's very easy to target. And you can't really move your knight because then you'll lose the pawn.
Okay.
So that was really a mistake. And then like once you move the queen up, like your knight still, you can't bring the knight into the game or your rook into the game. And then you tried to stop me from attacking with my pawn, but your bishop got stuck on this dark square next to the queen.
I see. So just trapping in my knight was just like the biggest error.
Yeah, that was the biggest mistake. Like normally what you want to do is like since you like putting this bishop on this fianchetto bishop on the light square. Yeah, if you're gonna do that and you're gonna bring the knights out the way you did, like putting this knight on this e2 square, then you should always try to put the knight on d2 and f3. Follow it up with that, like 100% of the time.
Okay, just no brainer. All right.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I have a question on just openings in general.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So this is my thought process on openings. I think one time, I think it was Magnus. He was like, openings don't matter at all. I just win mid game and end game. And I was like, oh, openings don't matter at all. So I only ever do e4 ever.
Yeah, that's completely reasonable. I mean, what I would say is you have to know like a basic setup for the first 5 to 10 moves, but beyond that, you don't really need to know a whole lot unless you're intending to be a very serious amateur or even a professional player. But you just need to be sure that you can get out of the first 10 moves where you get the king out of the middle of the board and you develop the pieces, and then you just play the game. I mean, because that's really what the goal should be. So as long as you know how to not lose a bunch of material like your bishops or your knights or even your queen in the first 10 moves, then yes, that does tend to hold true.
Okay. And look, not to toot my own horn because I lost, but after a game, am I at least better than Forsen?
Not quite. I wouldn't say you're better than Forsen necessarily, but I will say that your rating is ridiculously low. Like your rating should not be this low because you only lost the bishop. That was the only piece in this game that you lost for basically for free. So your rating should be much higher than this. I don't know why your rating is so low.
It's because I would do 2-1.
Oh, you play even fast. Yeah, I also was gonna say that's the other reason I know that you're not completely new to chess is because if you were 645, you should not be able to play a game of 3 minutes with the 2 seconds, and not make a lot of mistakes. Because the reason that a 600 makes mistakes is because they don't see patterns, and you clearly are seeing patterns, because otherwise you would have lost a lot more. You would have lost, like, you would have hung a queen or a bishop or a knight, a lot more of the pieces that you have than you did. So you definitely must have played a lot when you were younger, because the pattern recognition is definitely there.
Occasionally I do have dumb brain though. What is that? Is that a thing? Sometimes I leave a hanging queen and like I feel like I'm playing great, or I just miss a hanging queen or something really dumb. And I feel like I'm playing excellently up until then, and that loses me the game.
Yeah, I don't know what the reasoning behind that is. I've seen actually quite a few streamers, like they will play very well, and even Forsen for that matter. Like, he'll play a great game, and then like there's this one moment where like there's a queen and he doesn't take it, or he hangs a queen, or he hangs a rook. So I've seen that with a lot of streamers. I'm not sure what the explanation is. I think it's just a mental thing, because chess is so different than a lot of other games. So you basically have to always stay concentrated. You can't just like let it slip for even a move. So I think it's just a concentration thing more than anything else.
The site says you played well, by the way. I just want you to know that. I don't know if it says it on your screen.
Or are you looking at the percentages?
Yeah, I'm looking at the mistakes and blunders.
Oh yeah, right below the board, exactly. Yeah, and it probably says. I mean, you only really made like, I would say only one really bad move. Like you made some small mistakes, but you only made one really bad move, which was getting your bishop stuck on the c3 square. That was the only big mistake you made.
Yeah. But you were playing a little easier, right? You're playing like it's your 6-year-old cousin more.
A little bit, not that much. I mean, I just tried to play. I tried to play like just normal moves more importantly, because I think, you know, when I'm playing against streamers, like the goal is it's not for me to just beat them where they don't learn anything. So I just try to play logical play, develop the pieces, get the king out of the center of the board, and try to play something that makes some sense.
All right. Well, let's try a longer one.
Okay, sure. What do you want to play?
What's normal? Like 10? Is it?
Yeah, sure. 10 minutes is fine. Yeah.
Straight up 10, yeah. Because my strategy of just winning on time, I don't think will be effective on you.
Okay, 1 second.
Chess.com up my rating.
Oh, what they make it?
1200. Looks like you guys forgot one digit there. They just dropped it again. Okay.
They made it 1100.
I'm talking shit. 1200 is great. 1200 is great.
Okay. All right. Let's go. Wait. Since rematch. What? Okay. All right. So, which openings do you have the most trouble against?
I do panic. What's the opening where you do the three-mate check? The three-mate check.
Oh, the 4-move checkmate? Yeah, it's where you bring the pawn, the bishop, and the queen, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so play what you normally would play here. I don't know what your main opening is.
I used to go with this, and then I use my queen as protection, and then I think that's dumb now. So now I just mirror.
Okay, so I will do this.
Okay, yeah, so now you're making me uncomfortable now.
All right. So I'll tell you what your next move should be here. Your next move should be to bring the knight to this f6 square, because you stop. No, that's right. Because you stop the queen from coming to the side of the board and attacking the pawn next to your king.
I was gonna move knight there, and then I was gonna move I was gonna go d5.
That's very good, very good.
Okay.
So you already stopped the checkmate.
Okay, now I feel uncomfortable doing that. So I'm thinking, what is it? C6?
It's a good move too. Yeah, this is a very this is mainline opening theory. So this is a known opening.
Or Fianchetto?
Yeah, it's not so good because.
Okay, all right, fair enough.
Because you give away the center part of the board.
Because it takes 2 turns to set up like a protection.
Right, and I'm also trying to attack everything near your king really quickly here.
I see. All right, well, I gotta commit now.
Okay, yeah, but see, now there are gonna be some issues.
Well, this is great for me. This is bad for me. This is bad for me.
I'm not sure. It's probably not good for you.
Oh, this was bad for me.
Let's see. Okay. Yeah, this actually is quite bad for you.
Okay. Fuck. God damn it. I gotta slow down. I gotta slow down. It's 10 minutes. I lost this game in 50 seconds. It's like it's gotta be a world record or something.
Yeah, this is not a good game.
All right, bring it back down to 600, all right?
Okay.
Oh, Hikaru. Oh, come on. Just leave the pawns out of it, all right? They didn't do anything.
My queen is just going to take everything off the board. That's all she wants to do, is just take everything.
She could not, right? Well, like, oh, I was stumped too. All right. There we go. On the board, baby.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Check's bad for me, I think. Okay. That's not what I meant to do.
Oh, it's okay.
Sure. Why was 3-2 better?
Well, it's probably because the first 10 moves, you didn't have a set strategy. And that was kind of my point. Because you didn't have a set strategy, you got into a lot of trouble immediately.
Mm-hmm.
Uh-oh.
All right.
Yeah, this was really bad. Okay, so I'll tell you what you did wrong just before we start another one.
Yeah, please.
So on the third move, you can't really move this pawn in front of your knight. Like you can't fianchetto this bishop. Normally, when you push the pawn in front of the king, the way you develop that bishop is to push the pawn in front of the queen and bring it out on the other diagonal.
Mm-hmm.
So what you should have done on move 3 was bring your bishop out to say c5, the dark square opposite my bishop.
I see.
And then you followed up with moving the pawn in front of your queen 1 square. And then you can develop your bishop, the white square bishop on this diagonal.
Wow. All right.
So that if you had done that, you would have been completely fine. You would have been fine by the time we reached move 10, and then you just play chess. You develop your pieces normally.
Yeah, because like I don't know, I just see you like arming up a line of attack onto like d5, and I feel the need to have a piece there, but I guess it just makes sense to just not even have a piece there.
Yeah, it's best not to. If you really want to fight for that square, the other way you can do it is you can push your pawn in front of the bishop next to the queen 1 square, like c6, and then push your pawn forward to d5.
Yeah, that makes sense. I guess for some reason I feel like I should have ownership of like the entire 5 row, and I feel like that's not something that can be done against someone who knows what they're doing.
Yeah, it's very hard to do that. If you knew the exact moves, like if you knew the strategy, you can kind of get that here, but it's very advanced, and you would have to know the exact moves with several different replies, or else you would actually just lose right away. Because what you do is, if you try to take the center too quickly with the pawns, I bring out all my pieces really quickly. Like I bring my knight out, and then I get my king out of the middle of the board. So it's best to just basically, instead of trying to fight for the central squares immediately, just to make sure you get your knight, your bishop, and your king out of the center to start with. Okay,
I understand. Bit of a greedy Gav in that game.
Right. Okay.
And fianchettoing maybe not every single game.
Exactly. Okay, let's do the rematch.
It's cool to say though, so it's like, you know.
Yeah, but I mean, the thing, as I was saying, like you clearly you don't blunder the pieces. So if you're not blundering the pieces, the only thing that you really need to get is to get into the game. And the way you get into the game is just knowing a basic strategy to bring out the piece and get your king out of the middle of the board at the very start. So it's very important to. That's why you really need the opening strategy, because you're not blundering the pieces.
Okay. I'm taking this as such a high compliment. Not blundering. All right. E4.
Okay. Now I'm going to play the French.
Ooh.
Okay.
Okay, I feel like I'm in this spot a lot when I play. Where I have my bishop, and then they push with pawns, and then I slowly back up, and then they keep pushing. Is that fine? I feel like I'm wasting turns.
Yeah, so normally what you played is not best because you're absolutely right. I'm going to push your bishop back with the pawns, and you're just basically giving me more space on the board. So,
But I'm kind of opening up your pawns a bit, though, which is good. Just for, like, even my black bishop.
Kind of if you could bring the bishop, but the problem is I'm actually going to put my bishop on the dark square and just stop your bishop from attacking anything on the next move.
Okay.
All right. So, okay, let's go. Let's go here.
I see.
Okay, good. Very good. Yeah, so actually this is more or less perfect. Like your bishop is on the side of the board, so it's not perfectly placed, but everything else you've done has been perfect. You brought the knights out, you have a center, you can also bring your dark square bishops. This is absolutely perfect. This is exactly what you want from the first 10 moves of the game, basically.
Yeah, my brain is just setting up for like an E5 push.
Mm-hmm. If you can make it work, that would be great. Unfortunately, you can't really do that, but if you could, that would be perfect.
Is it crazy to just go like D4, F4 with like my pawn and my bishop?
No, it's quite logical, actually. Yeah, like pushing your pawn is very logical. Okay, so now I will just take.
You said it was logical.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. No, it's fine.
Yeah, well, it's just we trade the pawns.
Sure. Oh, this is scary. This is a scary board position. I like that though.
It's good.
We're doing the double. I hate the double. Oh shit. Okay. So you unpin.
Right, so now I want to move my knight on the next move.
Yeah, sometimes I just like when you do that, I have a deep desire to just take your knight now.
Yeah, it's a completely reasonable move. It's probably not the best move in the position, but it's completely reasonable.
Okay.
Okay, not bad. Very good move.
Ugh. It's just dumb to ever double up my pawns here.
Yeah, generally it is, but if you are going to double up the pawns, the general rule is you want to capture towards the center, not away from the center part of the board. So if you were going to capture with the pawn, you would capture with the pawn on h2, not the pawn on f2, because that's, if you capture with the pawn on h2, it's towards the center. You capture with the pawn on f2, it's away from the center. So if you're going to end up with two pawns in front of each other, always capture towards the center of the board.
That makes sense. I just like where my knight is, and I don't want to give it up.
Well, the right move here is actually to capture with a pawn, so.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, we'll keep the knight then. Oh. My bones are telling me c4 or e1 with my rook.
Both are good moves. Both are good moves.
I've been playing aggro, so I'll keep it aggro.
Yeah, it's a good move. It's very good. You're actually better here if you play all the right moves. Okay. Okay. Not bad. You're definitely not 645, by the way. I'll just say that. You're much better than that.
I'll take it.
Like, much better than that. Your rating for sure should be 1,000.
4-digit club, baby. What are they? Is there like a name for that?
Not really. No, there's no name for that.
Okay, like, you know, junior masters on, you know. Is it brazy? Yeah, it's brazy. I want to do it.
Okay.
Sure. Oh, true. Okay.
Ooh.
That was so dumb. That was the dumbest shit I've ever done in my life.
Is it actually? Oh, you should have taken the queen with your rook. You should have taken your rook.
Shit! That would have been smart then, almost.
Almost, yeah. It wasn't quite working, but yeah, that's what you should have done.
Damn. That would have been so lit. Oh, shit. Shit, we had a moment. Oh. All right, this is the moment where a more respectful man resigns. And I force it down mid. All right. Oh, damn.
So that game you played very, very well. Like, most of the moves you played in that game were almost like they were top moves. They were basically the best move in the position. What I would have said is everything you did up until about the 17th move was very good. You moved your rook to the dark square.
Yeah.
What you should have done.
I thought about pulling him back.
Yeah, you should have dropped it back to the dark square on E3.
I've realized I have a huge, like tendency to not want to pull back. Like I feel like it's a mistake. I want people up front that can do stuff. And I was like fawning over this D5 spot, and I just thought, you know, like grip it and rip it, be in there. And
Right.
you'd
So
be most effective further back.
right. So what you should have done is move the rook back 1 square to the dark square on E3, and then you should have put your queen on D3 and your bishop on C2 to line it up and try to checkmate the king down on the H7 square.
Oh, sorry. You'd put the rook on E3 and then what?
Queen to D3,
Okay, I see.
and then the bishop on C2. Do you know what this? So I'll just give you a couple moves so you can see it, since obviously I'm not sharing the board. So if you play queen to E, if you play rook to E3, let's say I play my queen over to D8. So just make that move on your board.
Okay. Sorry. So I've put my rook on to E3, and then you put your queen onto D8.
Right, and then you move your queen to D3.
And then I'll move my queen to D3.
And let's say I play bishop to D7.
Bishop to D7. And then
Right.
I play my bishop to
C2.
C2.
Right, and so do you know what this formation is called with the queen and the bishop?
Stacked.
Close enough. It's called like a battery. It's like you create a line and you try to attack. So in this position, my knight right now guards the square on H7. But let's say I play the move knight to G4 here.
You play knight to G4.
Right.
Um.
And so now, do you see the next move?
Why can't I just punch it in to H7?
You can, exactly. So yeah, you can. Of course. That's exactly what I wanted to show you, that you can do that.
Oh, okay, I see.
So yeah, so the point is, in this position, if you line up the queen and the bishop, it's very strong, because it always attacks towards the king, and my knight can never move. So if you do this, it's really, really good for you. You would have been much better.
1 second, I gotta change my password and shit, I think.
Sure.
That makes sense. Yeah, I liked how that game was going. I now see the pullback would have been better.
Yeah, because
even though, yeah, it just didn't seem like he was doing that much, even if he was like on that file.
Right. So
It's just generally foolish to try to make a rook work at least that early game on like a horizontal rather than a vertical.
yeah, it is, because with the rook, it's controlling all the squares anyway. So I'll give you an example. In this position, just if you go back to move 17 after I move the knight, if you look at the basics of the position, white has more space because of where the pawns are in the center part of the board. The pawns on D4 and C4. And so because of this, normally when someone's got more space, the way that you try to fight against the pawns in the center is to push your pawns to attack the pawns. Like I want to push my pawn like to C5 or to E5 on the 2 dark squares that are opposite your pawn on D4.
Okay.
But I can't really do that. So when I can't do that, you've got so much more space. You kind of want to line up everything. So you want to bring your rooks into the middle of the board and line up the bishop and the queen to create the checkmate.
Yeah. I see. I think it's not. I think I am. What's the word? I'm inclined to want to stack like the obvious pieces. I think because maybe I played a lot more when I was young, but like you know, queen rook.
Right. You want to stack it on a line, right?
Yeah.
Exactly.
Like I'm a lot more comfortable than that, so I don't look as much for like the diagonal stacks, the batteries of the world.
Right. Exactly. Yeah. Yeah, because in this position, normally when you try to stack, that you want the whole line to be open. So if you have the whole line open, the stack is very powerful. But if it's only like halfway open, like in this position where this E line is only halfway open, it's not completely open because I have the pawn in front of your rook. If it's completely open, lining it up with the stack is very good. But if you don't have the whole open line, then generally it's very hard to use it. So you just want to keep things pretty stable there. So I can't like open it at some point myself.
I see. Yeah, because you can only get through a line if there's a piece missing, but diagonal you can get if they just move up one.
Right. Exactly. Yeah.
Oh, 5 head. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, that was good. I only had one blunder. I mean, it was a bad one, but only one.
Yeah, it was very good. Like I will say, like when I saw the 645 rating, I wasn't sure what to make of your level, but yeah, your play there
645 is like low, right? That's like bad.
Yeah, no, I mean you're like I know it's not intentional, but if I didn't know better, I would have said like you're smurfing, because there's no way that your rating should be that. Your rating should be much higher.
Dunk on these kids, Hikaru. It doesn't make me feel good unless I'm just crushing them by +10.
Yeah.
I'm trying to crush these children's dreams. It's the only way I can feel good about chess.
Well, if you play like you did against me in this game, you like I don't know what's gonna happen with like the Twitch rival stuff, but like I would say in general terms of the streamers I've seen, you are one of the top tier ones that I've seen by far. Because the games you played, like this game, the moves you played in the first 15 moves, I mean, I could not have played better myself, honestly. It was picture perfect.
That's too much.
No,
Wait,
I'm not joking. No, but I'm actually not joking. I'm being dead serious.
God.
Like literally, like the first 15 moves you played in the game, like first 16 moves rather, because there was a capture, were absolutely perfect. There's like literally nothing you could have done. I could not have played it better.
I feel like part of it too is maybe because like I don't know. There's so many more variables like mid game. There's so many more things that can happen mid game that I'm a lot less used to them. And so I think I make a lot more mistakes there too, though. So isn't first 16 like really early? It's like really early,
No,
right?
not really. I would say like normally, if you're say even 1,000 rating, I would have expected you to blunder something or make a bad move with the pawns in the center of the board, probably around like move like 12 or move 13. But everything you did, bringing the bishop out, pushing the pawns in the center, was all. It literally they were basically perfect moves.
Okay. Yeah, I will say from like move 16, like moving my rook, especially in that area, it all felt new to me, which I think is a problem, right? Like, isn't the idea of like any game to just have been in a situation and know what to do in that situation?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, that's what you want. I mean, to try and know what you should have done. But overall, other than that, like actually, I can do this as an analysis board. One second. Let me see if I can invite you to this board. All
right.
Okay, let's see. Just to show you this 1 second. Okay, so you should have gotten an invite to the board.
Oh, I did, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so actually now that you can see the arrows, we can go over this game quickly.
Oh hell yeah.
So what I would say is like what you did pushing this pawn was very good because at the moment these pawns in the center are very, very solid for me. I've got this really nice structure of pawns. But what you want to do is you want to take more space.
Okay. So
like pushing this pawn is very good. Now, actually, if I wasn't like if you were a better player, or if I didn't realize how good you are, I would not have taken this pawn. What I would have done is I probably would have pushed my pawn up here. And the point is that I stop you from pushing the pawn up in the center here. And I try to slowly bring out my knights here and then bring the bishop into the game. It's very kind of complex and like a little bit too advanced to explain. But
iron wall.
Yeah, it's basically it's long-term ideas where I slowly maneuver the pieces. It's not straightforward precision and plans. So when I take and I go here, like the bishop targets your pawn on this diagonal. Like I have complete control of these squares. So this was, again, a very, very good move. So I went here, you went back, I went here, and bishop g3, again, an absolutely perfect move. Because what I want to do is if you play like your rook over here, which seems like a very logical move, I can now move my knight to attack the bishop.
I see.
And if you move the bishop back here, now I capture with the knight.
Too late. And
the difference is that I still have this bishop on this diagonal. And it's really targeting everything down towards your king.
Yeah.
So, so the way you did it, moving the bishop, is it's actually,
choose your fate.
It's much better because now I no longer have anything to attack with, and all your pieces are very safe in the center part of the board. So now I played knight d5. You went c4. Absolutely, I mean, again, perfect move. Knight f6. We traded. Yeah, and here, like, so as I was saying, what you want to do is go here, 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 and bring the rook into the board, into the center of the board.
Oh.
It's it's a very straightforward plan. So I'll give you an example. Like, let's say we reach this position. You put the bishop and the queen to create the checkmate. I bring my rook into the center. And now what you do is you bring this other rook in, so you keep a bunch of pressure here. Let's say I play rook e8. Now you start to attack. Because again, you've got your rooks on the perfect squares here. I cannot push this pawn. You've got your queen and your bishop lined up perfectly. So what you would want to do here is move your knight to this square. Because now it creates threats against the bishop and the pawn.
Yeah.
And then your next move is if I play a move like bishop c8, would be to move your rook over. And do you see what the threat is?
Yeah. Because well, if your knight's gone, then I just get it, right?
Right, exactly. So you want to take. Now in this position, it's not so easy because I can capture with the queen. But you can also, let's just say I play a random move here. What you actually would do is not capture, because you capture, I capture, you go here, but then my king runs away.
I see.
And the king is safe.
Don't you not just shut it down by just moving your pawn up one?
If I move the pawn up one, okay, so now there's a tactic in this position, which is now you would take the pawn with the knight. So now I have to capture. And then you capture with the queen, which is a check on the king. And you see, do you see what's going to happen? I have to block with the queen, but now you take with the rook. You take the knight with the rook.
Mm-hmm.
And what happened is now you're up 2 pawns, because when you gave up the knight in the first place, you gave it up for these 2 pawns.
I see.
So what happens is at this point, now both knights are off, but you have 2 extra pawns here in the position. So it's completely winning.
All right.
So that's probably what you should have done. And even later, like instead of pushing the pawn in the center, you should just keep everything the way it is. And again, same thing. Line up the battery, bring the other rook to the center, and it would have been very, very good.
Okay.
Cool.
All right. Yeah, I feel happy. I feel happy about that. I feel happy. I think I remember watching you, and you said the one way to get better quickly, I think it was your first lesson, the XQC, was just to do those like
the puzzles,
tactics.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But I mean, for you, like it's interesting because you already saw this idea with putting the bishop and the queen and making the checkmate, and like that's not something someone who's just started chess would see. It's not natural or intuitive. So like if I were you, I think actually if you're gonna study something specifically, I would actually look at like just opening strategies, like just try to get through the first like 10 to 15 moves of the game. So just pick whatever openings you're interested in. So like with white, you were playing. Okay, so I played the French here. It's very hard with white because black can do many setups. But your setup here after I push the pawn, what you should have done was not make this check. You should push this pawn forward 2 squares, create the center.
Mm-hmm.
And if I take, you capture with the knight. And basically, what's the best way of putting this? I would say, actually, you know what? Let me see. So if you, one second. If you go to, If you go to learn, there's a tab on the left. You click on learn.
Say it again. Check learn.
So if you click on the learn tab on the left hand side at the top.
Yeah.
And then you'll see there's an openings on the next one.
Openings, yeah.
So if you click that, you'll see a whole list of different things. That's probably where I would start with, just so that you know the basic setup of what you want to do with the first couple of moves.
Is there like a cool opening that I should just do? Just grip and rip it? I mean, it's fine to do the same opening every time, right? Or some.
Yeah, no, completely. With what? Well, the thing is with white, it's not really your choice because your opponent with black, when you make your first move, can make so many replies. So I guess it's more with the black piece. If you want to be cool, you can be. So if you want to play a cool opening with the black pieces, not that it's easy to play. Oh no, of course it's easy. You like to fianchetto the bishop. Sorry. So yeah, so
I love fianchettoing.
So if you scroll down to the 1D, there's the first move 1D forward by white. If you see that.
Yeah, I'm in D4. Yeah, Queen's
You'll see the
area.
third one is the King's Indian. So since you like to fianchetto the bishop, I would look at that King's Indian defense.
Is it just like a king side fianchetto and like queens is like a queen side?
Yeah, you do it on the king side. Yeah, that's what I would recommend. So I would say basically look there, and then once you understand a little bit more, like there are a bunch of descriptions and other things about it. I mean, you can also work within this, or you can also just do searches. But I would say try to come up with some basic opening setups, because you clearly you're not 645, obviously. And like even just the understanding that you're showing and not blundering pieces. I think if you get to the first 10-15 moves of the game without blundering, that's a very good foundation for improving quickly where you're at.
I'm playing Hans tomorrow.
Oh, you are? Okay, awesome. Yeah, he's very good both as a chess player and also helping out people. So I hope you do well when you play him.
I gotta say, he said we were gonna play an odds game. He was gonna play with only a queen.
No, if you're up a queen, you should beat him.
You think? You think?
If he's playing without a queen, you should beat him. Yes, I think you should beat him.
All right. if I lose now, my chat's gonna make fun of me way harder because you said that. Kind of screwed me here. You could have said it. I would have been impressive, but you know, sure.
I think you should. I think you should. If you don't blunder pieces, if you don't blunder the pieces, you should beat him. I guess what I would say also as a general rule is when you have extra material like an extra queen, or if you have an extra rook, you wanna make exchanges. Like you want to trade knights or trade bishops because your opponent has less pieces to attack you with.
Yeah, you can just trade up.
Right. Exactly.
Man, I have such a proclivity for trading.
It's good.
I think I'm too. Are you aggro? What's your style? Do you have a style?
I play all styles. I mean, I think when I play online, I tend to be very aggro. Yeah. I try to win with white and black. I try to create positions that are not easy to play.
Is chess the type of thing where could you? So I come from Melee, like in Smash, and there's always this meme that you can like tell who's playing just by the gameplay. Could you tell who's playing just by how they move the pieces?
Yeah, I mean, probably not at the very start because everybody can play the same opening strategies. But in the middle part of the game, I probably will. If I know I'm playing another top player, I don't know who it is. I probably will have a very good idea based on certain sorts of moves that they make. Yeah.
And you always have like your power level sensor.
Yeah. It's like also sometimes there are people who smurf online when I play against people, and I can actually generally sense, like if I play somebody and they start playing really, really well, I can always get that sense that like it's not just some random grandmaster. It's like this guy's really, really good. He's one of the top players in the world.
Same thing for me in Valorant. Anytime I die to a silver 2, I know they're smurfing. We have equal radars. All right.
Yeah. Great.
Learn openings.
Yeah, that's what I would recommend because you're like the basic puzzles. I mean, your understanding is very, very good. Even if you haven't played it much recently, it's a very good base.
Chat, you're gonna have to refer to me as junior GM from now on. I mean, I'm too gassed up right now. I feel like I'm just gonna go to solo queue in chess and just get absolutely beaten down.
maybe, but if you play like you did against me, like your rating will be much higher for sure.
I'm gonna stick to 10. I think I should think more.
Yeah, that actually be very good because since you understand the basics, I think your improvement will come when you play with a little more time. Because blitz you're obviously very good at, but when you have a little bit more time to think, like getting the opening strategy down, it's very important to be able to think through that part of the game. Okay. Right.
If you just had to say like better or worse than XQC, would you?
Better.
That's all we needed. Did we get the clip? We got the clip? Okay, that's all we needed. We're all good
better. Yeah, I mean, based on the way you played against me, I would say your rating should be definitely over 1,000. No, that's not even a question.
I'll get a real rating. I'll get a real rating and come back to you.
All right, great.
We gotta try to beat up some people.
Cool.
All right.
Yeah, hope you enjoyed that. That was fun.
Yeah, I appreciate it. That was a blast. We should play again sometime. Absolutely. I want to improve. I actually tried to set up a chess thing a long time ago, but I was too small of a streamer to do it. But I think you did. You watched that video of that guy trying to beat Magnus, who's like trying to learn in a week or something. Right. Yeah. This my least favorite chess video of all time. It has like the most disappointing ending where he's like, hey, computer slow. I wanted to do that. So I got to improve and come back. I got to make you proud. Yeah, I mean getting to a level where you can beat one of the top players. It would take many years, and even then, probably still wouldn't happen. Well, you can still It's like any other thing, right? Like you improve drastically at the start, more so. Right, and that's why that's why also it's very important. Like the people who go on to become really good players, they start very young because like when you're younger, the brain it's like a sponge. You pick up that information much quicker than you do when you're like older. I don't know why that is, but that's why the kids who start really young, that's why they become really good because the information, they just retain it in some crazy way. I got a dumb brain now. I spent all my young years on RuneScape. It was a mistake. Well, I mean, we all spend our time on certain games. So you ever need Root Essence? I'm your man. I want you to know that. Okay. All right. Okay. Yeah. I'll take a look. I've never actually played it, but I'll take a look. If it ever comes up, I'm your man. Just know that. Okay. Great. Walk you through the exact path. All right, Hikaru. It was a pleasure, man. Yeah. Likewise. Yeah. Have a good rest of your stream. Have a good stream, bud. Okay, bye.